Assalamualaikum everyone. We will start soon, but we give some times to others to join us. Okay, I will be right back. Hi, hello everyone. Hello, are you hear me?
Hello, Rashida.
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, as we are about to begin, please give an attention. I have a few notes to remind before we start today's program. First, I would like to seek your cooperation in completing this seminar. Kindly switch your mobile phone to silent mode to avoid interruption. The attendance link will be shared at the end of the program, and the e-certificate will generate automatically once the attendance form has complete and sent to your registered email. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and very good morning to technologist Dr. Nurul Nadwan Aziz, our lecturer OSM 767, come an advisor for this seminar. And we are honored to welcome our guest speaker this morning, Dr. Wanisa Macha, Associate Dean in Research, Academic Services and International Affairs, Faculty of Communication Science, Prince of Songkla University, Pattani Campus, Thailand. Welcome, Doctor.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right.
We also welcome to all participants, ladies and gentlemen. And last but not least, our committee members of Seminar Collaborative Teaching Applying IT Across Discipline in IR 4.0. Okay, before we start our seminar, let's together we recite an Ummul Kitab Al-Fatiha. Amin, amin, ya Rabbal Alamin. Okay, to begin the seminar, we are pleased to welcome our lecturer, technologist Dr. Nurul Nadwan Aziz, and advisor of Collaborative Teaching Seminar to deliver the opening speech. Please welcome, Doctor.
Okay, thank you so much, Puan Norsida Hussein, as a MC for our program today. Okay, I would like to welcome. Assalamualaikum, Dr. Wanisa. How are you?
Waalaikumsalam. I'm doing good. Thank you. Actually, quite exciting.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, and also Assalamualaikum and good morning to all the respected audience. All right. I just would like to share, okay, with you, Dr. Wanisa, and also all the respected audience that this program actually combine 4 subjects, okay, which ya ada tu.
Apa internet okey? Siapa? Kotak
Nik
buka.
Umi, okay. Okay. For your information, Dr. Wanisa, okay, and all the audience, this program actually combine 4 different subject which related to IT. Okay. The first one is my subject, which I teach emerging technology trends and strategies. Okay. This is postgraduate subject. Okay. For program Master in Office System Management. All right. We also have students for subject ICT applications in business. Okay, for undergraduate students, teach by Madam Marha Abdul Ghaffar. Okay, she is here. Okay, we also have subject end user applications. Okay, teach by Madam Nurul Ulfa. Okay, she also here. Okay, and also subject fundamental of marketing. Okay, and one or of the chapter for this subject, okay, we choose one of the chapter for this subject to be as a guest lecture, okay, which the chapter is related to IT lah, IT tools, IT applications, something like that, okay. Alright. So, fundamental of marketing is actually teach by Dr. Zalina Wati Abdullah. Okay, she is head of postgraduate studies center here. Okay, and we hope that all the students, okay, should pay attention. Okay, give your full commitment for this talk. Then
Trial.
so please ready with the questions. Okay. All right. So that's all from me. Hope that all students can learn a lot. Okay, from this talk. Okay, so that's all from me. I pass to you, Madam Norshida.
Okay, thank you, Doctor, for your speech. Okay, it seems like everyone looks excited and I don't want to waste our time. I would like to invite our guest speaker, Dr. Wanisa Macha, Associate Dean in Research, Academic Services and International Affairs, Faculty of Communication Science, Prince of Songkla, University Patani Campus, Thailand, to give a speech and start the talk. Please welcome, Doctor.
Thank you. Let me share the screen. All right. Can you see my screen now?
Yeah.
All right, let me see the slide. So you, okay. All right. So before we begin, let me introduce myself once again. My name is Vanessa Matcha. I am a lecturer at the Prince of Songkhla University Pattani campus. But before I joined PSU, Prince of Songkhla University, I studied in Malaysia for quite some time, from bachelor degree to master degree at the University Technology Petronas. And after that, I joined the industrial for 2 years in the PTT Thailand, which is one of the oil and gas industry in Thailand. So in the oil and gas industry, we use a lot of IT applications to support the running of the business. So hopefully based on my experience, I can share with you some of the things that we did back in PTT, which is a Thai petroleum authorization company. But the company that I joined focusing on the digital platform. And after I joined the industrial work, I come back to the academic work, pursue my PhD in the University of Edinburgh in Scotland, and back to Prince of Songkhla University and become a teacher. So I would say I only have a few years of experience in the industrial work, but I'll try my best to share with you the experience and the idea, and based on the works I have done so far, and hopefully you will be benefits from this talk, from this lecture. All right, so the topic of today's talk is about applying the information technology across disciplines in the industrial revolution, the fourth industrial revolution specifically. So in this talk, we will talk about some of the use case that they use IT to support the running of the business. And maybe if you find something interesting, you can share with us. Just feel free to open your mic and talk, or else leave a chat message in the chat box. I'll try my best to answer the question. Okay, let's dive in then. So why are we talking about the IT? If you see this graph, is a trend, is a number of those who register to apply for the patent, the intellectual properties. So this graph is actually getting from the World Intellectual Properties Organization based on the 2022 reports. If you can see, there are growing numbers, constantly growing in numbers of applications. What does it even mean? When we look into more detail, more numbers, more detail of what application are being applied, are being registered to apply for the IP, you can see there are a lot of type, but the main focus is this one. You can see, I'm not sure whether the font will be too small or not. So if you can see what I highlight here, you can see that one of the two main type that being applied for the IP is computer technology as well as digital communication. It's about the computer and its communication technology. So based on the data from 2022, we can see that 1/10 of the patent application globally focusing on the area of computer technology. So computer is affecting our daily life. It's going to change the way we work. It already changed the way we work, the way we live. It already assists us in several ways, right? So based on this number, we can see that in every 20 seconds, there are some new invention is seeking for the patient, is seeking for the intellectual properties. What that is even mean? It means that somebody is inventing something new currently at this particular minute. So the technology is going to affect us, it's going to change. That's why we are in the right field. Actually, we are learning about the IT, about application, about digital. So we need to be, ourselves need to be ready for the change in the how we work and how industrial works as well. So industrial revolution, I guess you have already come across this industrial revolution and all this graph for so many times already, but I'm going to go briefly about this one once more time, so bear with me. So we are now emerging into the fourth industrial revolution, right? So the first one began in the 18th century, I would say. It categorized by the use of mechanical equipment to help with, such as the steam and water power to help with the production of the goods and services. So it takes some time. It takes human power to human labor to come up to produce the good. But later in the 19th century, about early 20th century, the electricity began to emerge and people apply electricity to help in the mass production of the goods, of the product. So the manufacturing can be faster and much more efficient. Yet, during that time, several things happened, such as the World War, the conflicts, which result in the development of several computational power, such as the development of personal computer has been developed, the World Wide Web by Tim Berners-Lee. So during this time, it will change. It changed the way industrial work as well. So this is the third industrial revolution where they use computer to support the automation of manufacturing. And now in this century, we are also stepping to the fourth revolution, the fourth industrial revolution. What we mean by this? In the third revolution, we apply computer to help with manufacturing, to help with the industrial works. And now we are also using the digital and the computer, the computational algorithm to monitor the works in the industrial work, as well as to help with automation, such as the use of AI, artificial intelligence, the robotics, the use of dashboard to keep track on how the things is doing, and the use of predictive analysis to help to model which one is the most optimized, most effective way of doing the manufacturing and etc. It's not only referring to the industrial revolution, but it also affects our day-to-day life. If we are going back to home now, even now we are listening to the talk, we are using several types of technology. Before this, when we need to give a lecture to attend the class, we need to go to class, but now no longer. We don't need to physically being in the class to listen to the talk. We can just open our computer and listen to the talk. We can synchronously communicate. If you type now, I can see what you type. We can talk. If you open your microphone now, we can synchronously talk to one another, right? So this type of technology help us and change our day-to-day working already, and we already been adapted to this technology. All right. Sorry. So the fourth industrial revolution is actually has several main drivers that drive us to move towards the fourth industrial revolution, just as the computational power, the use of high-performing computing that enable us to analyze a large volume of data, and the use of cloud enable us to connect even we are in the physically different distance. We are still able to connect together, and we are still able to monitor the work of one another. So this connection, this powerful computational algorithm can help us to analyze and can help the business to monitor their works, can optimize the process of the works. So let's see in some example of how the fourth industrial revolution has been adapted in the industrial, such as the manufacturing, as well as how it shaped the business process. So the first one, the integration of digitized value in the value chain. So if you look, well, I don't have an experience in the manufacturing, but then if we have read through the papers, the news, we can see that there are several of the digital platform being used in manufacturing process, right? There are the use of cloud computing, the use of sensor biometric, just as when you come to the faculty in the morning, some of you might need to scan. So when you scan your attendance to attend the university, it's already used the sensor to read your biometrics. So it's already, the technology is already there. And when you scan, the minute you scan your finger to attend to get in the building or to mark as attendance whatsoever, the minute you scan, the data has been collected already. So this data will be sent and synchronized with some other information, some other system as well. So we can say that the machine, the reading machine, talk to one another, even in the faculty, in the manufacturing as well. The machine start talking to one another. It sends information, a lots of data into the cloud, and then we can track everything in real time. This is what being used in the manufacturing. So by tracking the information, we can keep monitoring how the performance of the process in manufacturing. So we can identify the capacity of the machine in real time for the engineering. They can monitor that, and then they can identify which one is going to be a potential, is going to have a problem, so they can take a closer look. So this type of IT has been used in manufacturing already, and it produced a large amount of data. So what does it change in terms of business model, the one that we are facing currently? So there are several types of digital business model has been introduced in the past 10 years. For example, if you can see the work here in the corner, you can see the subscription-based business model, just as the use of Netflix, Salesforce. These are subscription-based. What I mean by subscription-based business model, which means that you need to subscribe in order to access the services or products. So you need to pay monthly payment in order to use that product. For example, Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Cloud, and those stuff, you need to pay monthly or yearly subscription in order to use the full function of the application. Another type that has recently been emerged is the use of on-demand product business type model. On-demand, which means that we only use the certain product when we need it. Just as the use of Uber, we only use Uber whenever we want to order some food, whenever we want to traveling to some place, right? This type of the business model we call is on-demand. And e-commerce, I believe everyone is now familiar with the e-commerce model. E-commerce means that they have an online platform where you can interact, you can view the full function, the full product, you can review, and you can purchase the product. And there are many others business model. These are just some of the example of the business model that we are familiar with. And again, this type of business model will collect a lot of data. A lot of data is being collected through the use of cookies, to the use of interaction. So what can we make use of these lots of data? Before we move on to a lots of data, I want to share with you some of the very small data first. This example is based on my e-learning course. Not really e-learning course, based on my face-to-face classroom. I upload the learning material into the learning management system, the type of e-learning system. So in my course, student can view all the lecture material in the e-learning. They can download it. They have some of the quizzes that they need to answer in the platform. I believe in UITM as well. You have something like this, right? You have the e-learning platform where you upload the learning material, you communicate with the students. So based on these learning materials, based on this learning management system, they actually collect the data from you. If you go to the log file, if you see the log file, you can look into who's doing what at what time actually. But this kind of data is actually automated collect by the system. Uh, it's not really meaningful, but then it contains some of the behavioral information. So based on my course in my class, we have 28 students for this course. So 28 the student at access to the system result in 10,000 lines of records. It's not much. It's a very small set of data if you compare to the sales performance data, right? So based on this very small set of data, 10,000 lines of records. What we can do with it? If you use a simple Microsoft Excel, which is Microsoft Excel, believe me, if you are taking the course, this is one of the very, very powerful analytic tools that you can use, and it's a basic tools. I suggest you pay attention to this course and then make sure that you master the use of Excel. When I work in PTT Digital, Excel is, I would say, Microsoft Excel is the most frequently used software, one of the most frequently used software. So if you use Microsoft Excel to process these 10,000 lines of records, you can see the frequency of the students' access to the learning management system, right? I'm not sure whether it's meaningful to you or not, but yeah, I can see who accessing the learning material and whether student pay attention to the slide that I upload or not. So it tell me something already. It tell me something about the student. It tell me if I need to help the student because this particular student did not pay attention to the material or not, right? But it will be even more powerful if you can apply some of the machine learning algorithm or data mining technique to analyze the data. So in this particular course, based on this 10,000 of data, 10,000 records of data, I use process mining to monitor the students' learning process. So by using the process mining, we can see the sequence of students' action. This is based on high and low pretest student, high and low score of when they do the pretest. What I did was that I divide the student based on the pretest score, and I can see that these two groups of students already focusing on the different learning material. Some of the students focusing on more on the assignment because they want to practice more. Some of the students focusing on the solution that I give to them. So they use a different patterns. Imagine this is just 10,000 rows of data, but you can do more than this with a larger amount of data, right? This is the dashboard that using the same set of data, not same set of data, but same type of data. They are using the records in the learning management system as well, and to come up with some of the dashboard to help the teacher monitor students who are potentially have problem in which course. So this type of record will help us to monitor the student, to help give us some insight about the student. But let's get back to business. How do you think that the large volume of data can help with the business? Can you please join us as the slido.com with this hashtag, the ID of the slide to join us and share with us some idea how do you think a large volume of data can help with the business? Can you access the Slido, please? Okay. Can you access the Slido?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Let's see if we... All right, so the question is, how does a large volume of data can help with the business? How do you think the data can help you run the business? Can improve operation. What else? Easy to plan the business. What else? Provide better customers experience, I believe. Improve decision making, of course, improve decision making. Improve customer service. Data decision making is getting larger. I believe many people agree with this. Achieve the goal, interesting. Good target setting. Increase efficiency. Can identify customer. Achieve the goal. Increase revenue, analyze and access the product. Identify customer needs. Improve operation. Effective risk management, interesting. Help fix problem. Increase revenue. Good target setting. Optimize business process, of course, real data. Realistic KPI based on real data. Yes, of course. Interesting. Create new experience. Identify valuable customer. Easy to plan business, improve operation, decision making, sustainable growth. Okay. All right. Provide better customer service. It seems to be one of the highlights. Easy market segmentation, effective risk management. Okay. Know where to improve. Okay. All right. It seems like we have a lots of idea how the technology can be used to improve the business, right? And we already see the benefits, the effect of technology, especially to improve the customer services, to help with the decision making, to provide a uh, better service for the customer. Okay. So let's have a look into some use case of the technology to help to improve, uh, to monitor the what we call the performance, and then identify those places that we need improvement, and how we can help the customer to provide a better services. All right. So I believe you are familiar with the dashboard. Power BI, Google Data Studio. It's actually been used quite a lot in the running of the business. As I told you, I work in the PTT Global Digital before. So in PTT is quite large enterprise. So we use the SAP Business Object to help us to come up with the crystal report, and then the dashboard to monitor the KPI, the key performance index of the operation. But in a smaller organization, if you want to come up with your own business, Data Studio, Power BI, or even the Excel, Microsoft Excel, it can be used to monitor the performance if you can identify which are the key index of your business, right? Because even Microsoft Excel can help you can use Microsoft Excel to create a dashboard already, and it can be used in real time.
Payung aku ke atas.
Nadira.
Okay, so these are the tools that we can use, and then another one that we can use to help with how the data can be used to help with the business is to help us to understand the customer. Why we need to understand the customer? To, of course, based on your suggestion just now, to provide a better services, to identify the segment of the customer, right? Just now you identify that we need to make a better decision. To make a better decision, you need to understand who are your customer. To give a new idea, yes, to increase the benefits, to provide a better services, to improve the customer services. The mandatory thing that you need to do is to understand your customer. So based on the data collected by the platform, the shopping platform, or the e-commerce platform, it can help you to identify what type of the customer you might have. For instance, this is the example. The behavior of the customer now. There are some of the customer who like to shopping online, and there are some types of the customer who like to shopping in store, and there are some types of the customer who will review and seek information online, but then visit the store to buy the product in the store, in the physical store. But there are some types of customer who will visit the store first, feel the product, observe the product, and then come back and buy the product online. So there are several behavior. We call this web grooming as well as show rooming. What are the web grooming? The web roaming are those who browse information online but will go to buy the product in the store. Whereas the show rooming are those who browse the product, look for information about the product in the store, but then will come back to buy it online. What make it different? Well, some might think that if we buy the product online, we can find a cheaper price. But some might think that I don't want to wait. I don't want to pay for the delivery fee. So I just go and buy the product in the store. So there are different decisions that customer make, which result in the different behavior of the customer. And this type of behavior also apply to certain type of the product. So it depends on the type of product as well. Some product the customer can just buy it online, but some product they prefer to view the product in the store first. The age difference, of course, will result in how we use the technology to support to buy the product as well. So this type of information has been already collected by the platform. And if you use this type of data to analyze the customer, you can segment the customer into group. You can use the clustering technique to identify the customer into group and then come up with the plan that will be suitable for the groups of customer. And in that sense, you provide the personalized marketing to the customer, which will be better. Even better if you can come up with something like a recommendation for the customer. This recommendation system is used frequently by Amazon and is increased 35% of Amazon's sales in the past few years. So what Amazon did was that it collect the data about users' behavior through the cookies, to the use of cookies. When we use accept cookies, which means that Amazon has already started collecting our browsing behavior of the data, something similar to my log data in the learning management system. Learning management system will automatically collect how we click on, which button are we clicking, which product are we viewing, similar to the Amazon. Amazon will collect which product you browsing, which product you just pass by, how long you stay in that page, how long you stay to view the detail of the product, whether you scroll down to view more information, whether you click review or not. This type of user behavior data has been collected by Amazon. And they also collect the demographic data when you register for the account. And they also, of course, they collect the product attribute data. What are the product attribute data? For example, the price, the type of product, the features of the product. These are information will be entered by the seller of the product. So they already have this type of information. They have how many times we click to view the product, so they can come up with some suggestion for us. And if you suggest so many times, you tend to be more convinced to buy the product, right? So they use some types of machine learning algorithm to filter which product will be recommended to which person, which customer. Some of the early machine learning algorithm that Microsoft used behind for recommendation is the content-based filter. What is content-based filter? So the content-based filter will filter only the content that you view based on your behavior data. So if you buy this type of product, you tend to buy the similar type of product. So they will filter out the product that you will buy next for you and send you the email marketing or recommendation when you enter Amazon application next time, right? Another type of a machine learning algorithm that Microsoft use is collaborative filtering. What is collaborative filtering? They use the characteristic of the customer with the same same cluster as you. For example, they have a same behavior in buying the product as you. So they use the data from other people to filter out the product for you and send you the recommendation. And currently Amazon combine these two types to come up with another even better recommendation system. And it works. When you go to Amazon next time, have a look into some recommendation, whether that is the thing that you actually want to buy it or not. Have a look at it. So these are some type of the personalized marketing that technology can be especially data can be used to help with marketing. Another technology that was used to help with business is to use the technology to increase the customer experience. For example, the use of augmented reality. Augmented reality, mixed reality, extended reality, metaverse, they are the multimedia advanced technology which currently being grabbing the attention of the customer, and it will using the advanced technology will keep customer talking about the product. So it's one way to advertising your product to reach out the customer to wide range of customer, because now most of the population will use social media such as the Facebook, TikTok, or Twitter. So if they find something interesting, they tend to spread the news, right? So if they spread the news, so people will talk more about your product. So increasing the customer's experience is one of the strategies suitable for running the advertisement for your product. This is the example of IKEA mobile application of using the augmented reality to help the customer making the decision whether to buy the product or not, to see if that product is suitable for your home or not. And I believe this example is quite old actually, and there are much more recent advertisement that using AR, MR, XR are in the same umbrella of technology which called mixed reality, but the extent to which the physical environment you can present is different. But I'm not going to touch on that in detail. However, the use of such technology can help the user to feel more engaged in the application. And of course, it can help to increase the sales revenue. And of course, it reach the young audience if your product that you want to sell are targeting for the younger generation, and the use of recent technology will be very, very helpful. Okay, another application, another use of IT that can be used to support the running of the business is the use of chatbots. So chatbots are actually being recently brought into the spotlight, right? So now previously the business also use chatbot, but it's much more feel like they use a frequently asked question as the training data set. So the chatbot tends to be a robot, not feeling like a people talking or something like that, right? It's just a set of rules that was predefined. When you ask about specific, they need to identify the keywords and then provide you with the solution, right? So the use of chatbot is quite good actually, because it's available 24/7, which means that it's available all the time. We can ask for information regarding the product all the time because it's already predefined set of information, right? So the customer can be engaged in the product all the time. It's easy the schedule. We don't need to wait for an assistant and human assistant to help us to provide us with the data. We can just simply type and then we automate get the result that we want to find about the product. So it's actually boosts the engagement and boosts the sales revenue about 77%. Okay, we've been talk about talk a lot about the use of chatbot, artificial intelligence, machine learning to help us with understand the customer, to help us to come up with the marketing plan and those strategies plan, to help us understand, plan, and then monitor. So what do you think the artificial intelligence is actually, in your perspective? What is the artificial intelligence? Let's get back to the Slido one more time and have a look. See. Sorry. Okay. Let's get back to the Slido and see. Sorry. Okay. Okay. What do you think the artificial intelligence is, in your opinion? Let me just move forward.
Shazmiza.
So what, in your opinions, what is artificial intelligence? Because we talk a lot, and people nowadays talk a lot about artificial intelligence. When you think about artificial intelligence, what come into your mind? Robots. Yeah, I got the same feeling as well. When first talk about artificial intelligence, I would automatically think it's a robot. Development computer, yes. What else can it be? Human robot. Machine with own brain. Interesting. Machine with the own brain. Simulation human intelligence. Computer machine. Yes, it's computer and it's a machine. What else come into your mind when we talk about artificial intelligence? Machine learning. Product that help human. Computer and machine. Expert system. Yes. Technology that know all. Human system by human. Competitor to human. What else? Brain simulation in machine. Potential application, intelligent robot. Future. Yeah, the future. Interesting choice. All right, then. Of course, when we talk about artificial intelligence, we tend to think about it as a robot, right? Yeah. So artificial intelligence is the name of technology, is the name, which the idea, the concept behind is to making a machine intelligence. What do you mean by making the machine intelligence? To become intelligence, we need to be able to think. We need to be able to learn new things, to adapt to the change, right? Those are the characteristics of being intelligence. That's why the machine need to learn in order to be intelligence. right? So in order for the machine to learn, it needs a lot of data, and it needs some of the powerful computation to help them processing a lot of data, so that they can learn, they can think, they can provide us with some answer. So if you think of the machine as a robot, yeah, partially I would agree with you. If you think a machine as intelligent system, and yes, it is an intelligent system, it's an expert system. Yes, it is an expert system. So AI can be anything, but whether the AI, artificial intelligence, is really intelligence, is truly intelligence, well, I don't have the answer for that. Sometimes when we get the answer from the artificial intelligence, we seem to feel like, yes, it makes sense, but sometimes it creates us with some doubt, like, really? Right? Because to make sense of the data, a machine needs to learn, and whether the result is good or bad, it depends on how the algorithm that they use to learn. So to use that algorithm, they need a lot of data to process. Okay. So how the machine actually learn? Supposedly we want to build a system, an artificial intelligence system that can help us to estimate the house value, the house price. So if you want to build a machine to estimate the value of the house, you will need to first go to see the markets, right? To seek the expert. So originally what we do was that we talk to the expert. So the expert will identify that the house price is actually depends on several factors, such as the size of the house, the numbers of rooms, the location that the house is located, the type of the house, whether it's a house, apartment, or a townhouse. So this type has a different market, different price. The years of the building, how many years it has already been built, the public transportation access, whether they have pool, they have parking slot. So these are the factors that will affect the increasing or decreasing of the house price, right? So what machine do was that it translate these factors into a simple arithmetic models, just as if we say that the price of the house depends on the size in square meters and plus the number of room plus some more factors. So we then seek how much is the size in square meters affect the price, the increasing or decreasing in the price. You can ask the expert, or you can look into the past year data and identify how much would the one square meter affect the price of the house, right? So you can update your model. So the machine will build some model like this, and then it can build many models, and then it can be used to train with the no outcome. So in order to train the machine, you need some already know price, and then we train the machine with some already know price and see if that is accurate model or not. You can update the model whenever you want. So this is how machine learn. It needs no price. This type of machine learning we call is supervised machine learning. So mean that they were trained based on something that they know the output, the outcome. Another type of machine learning is the neural network. So this one, it does not necessarily the outcome. It can be used in the case that you don't know the outcome as well. So we input some data into a box, and then trying to connect, to divide the data and see, to identify the patterns, whether this data is connected to this node, this pattern or not, based on a threshold. If it connects to this node, it can go through the next stage, something like this. This is what we call neural network. So neural network can be used, can be trained based on a lot of data, and you can use the inputs as a text messages. So it can identify the connection between the text message with another text message. So this is the fundamental behind the development of Google's Brain Transformer. Transformer is not a robot like this Transformers that we see, but it's the same nature in the sense that we use the pre-trained data to train the dataset in a small set of data first. By this small, actually, Google Brain use all Wikipedia's page to train the dataset and come up with the model. So based on this model, they train with a larger model and see the result. This is what we call general pre-trained transformers. This is the basic behind the development of GPT. And the most recently advanced GPT that I believe most of you heard of is ChatGPT. And besides the text-based analysis, the text-based learning language model, it can also be used with the image, as well as the audio and video file, which DALL-E and Midjourney can do for you, right? So in this talk, we're just focusing on the use of ChatGPT. I believe many of you have tried to use ChatGPT already, right? So ChatGPT can help you with how the ChatGPT can help in the business. Well, it can be used to help to create the content. For example, in this talk, actually, I was kind of blank to come up with the talk as well. So I asked ChatGPT to help me to structure the talk today, and they'll to help me with the script for this presentation. These are the works of ChatGPT partially as well. But some of the content that ChatGPT create for me, I feel like, yeah, some contents are quite good. It's even better than my words. The script is even better than my words. But at the end of the day, is the message. It seems to be the typing message, the message that we use to formally communicate with other people. But when we want to talk in a natural manner, ChatGPT does not provide that, not just yet. But it's a good starting point. So I suggest you to try ChatGPT. It's quite good. And it's also currently being used to help the designer to create the content for marketing purpose. It can come up with the headline that will be capture the attention from the customer. It also, of course, it can be used to improve the performance of the chatbot. So previously we talked that the chatbot is trained based on the predefined set of most frequently asked questions. But now chatbot can be more powerful, more human-like, and more intelligent if you're using the ChatGPT API, which is available open source, and it can help you to write the codes if you are the programmer. So it can do many things in the future. So when we talk about how ChatGPT has influenced us, one of the challenge that arise recently is the discussion about whether the robots, the ChatGPT, the artificial intelligence, the machine learning is going to replace human or not. These are some of the questions has been concerned by many people, but yet some people seem like it's not really a matter if you can adapt it. So in order to cope with this challenge, what do you think are the skills needed in the future? What do you think are the skills that you yourself as a student need to prepare in order to go into the working in the future, in the labor market, in the industrial market in the future? What type of the skill you think is important for you as a student to be trained, to be master before you are moving towards the industrial. So share with me some of your idea about the skill that would help you improve your chance of getting hired in the future, or would help you if you want to set your own business in the future. Oh, sorry. Digital marketing. Digital skills. What else? Computer skills. Yeah. These are the what we call the technical skills, right? IT programming skills, computer skills, digital skills. These are the technical skills that, of course, you are going to need this if you are going to going into the employment market in the future. Because it's undeniable that in the future we need to interact with the application, need to interact with the machine, need to communicate with the machine. So the technical skills are the skill that needed. But besides technical skill, I believe some other type of skill are also need. The attitude change, of course, you need to be to make sure that you open mind enough to accept that machine can do things, can help you. Creativity and innovation. Technological advancement, computer skills. Adaptability to learn. Yes. Digital literacy. Computer and IT skill, critical thinking, problem solving skills. Yes. Thank you. Thank you all for sharing your ideas about the skill that you need in the future. I believe the idea you share here are those skills that need this, but what I want to highlight is the technical skills. You need to be ready to interact with the machine in the future. Even machine can help you to write the code, but still it needs your expertise to observe, to evaluate whether that code is suitable, and it needs your expertise to tell the machine how to which part of the code that you need the machine to help you write, right? And then another very important skill that you need in the future are adaptability and critical thinking, because machine give you some answer, but it does not necessarily mean that that answer is correct. So you need a technical skills, a critical thinking skills in order to make sure to evaluate whether that piece of information is correct or not. And this is the main challenge in the current development of the technology. With the ChatGPT already provide you with answer, it seemed to be good. The answer, I tried ChatGPT a few days ago, asking the ChatGPT about some definition, and it provided with some quite useful answer. But at the same time, is if you are knowledge in that area, you can critically evaluate whether that piece of information is correct or not. And it's very challenging in the modern world. So critical thinking and adaptability are the skills that you need to train yourself before you graduate, before you move into the industrial world. Adaptability, of course, you need to be able to self-direct your own learning in order to adapt to the technology, because technology is going to change. Somebody is creating something new, and now in every 23 seconds, somebody is registering their new invention to ask for the IP. So the world is going to change, the technology is going to be updated. You need to be able to adapt to these changes. Another important skills is the social skills. You need to be able to communicate. At the end of the day, you are the one who going to present your work to some of your co-workers, to your lecturer. So you need to be able to equip yourself with social skills to communicate with other people, to work as a team, to divide and conquer the works. Attitude, of course, is very important. Yeah. So thank you everyone for sharing your idea about the skill that needed in the future. I hope you can see that now that the world is going to change, the technology is going to be updated, is going to be advanced. So you yourself already know what type of skill that you need in order to prepare yourself to enter to the employment market, labor market in the near future. So I end my talk today with this beautiful word cloud slide that you share your idea, and thank you everyone so much for your attention. And please feel free to share your idea or to ask question if you have. I'll try my best to answer it. Thank you. Let me just stop sharing, sorry. All right, then go back to you, Shida. Yeah, sure, Dr. Adila. I can share with you the slide later. I'll send to Dr. Nurul. So feel free to ask question or to share your idea or your experience if you have try out this technology before, or your challenge that you face when try this application or technology. So one question in the chat box about the SY on how we can apply topic modeling technique in the industrial revolution, the fourth industrial revolution. Topic modeling is one of the natural processing language topic, which is, well, quite interesting as well. Me as a researcher, as a lecturer and a researcher, we apply the topic modeling to identify the topic of the paper when we review the literature. So topic modeling, besides it can apply in academic, but it can also apply in the marketing business as well. So topic modeling can help you to identify which type of topic that catch the attention from the user. So when you come up with some of the advertisement content, topic modeling will be useful. So the keywords that you can help to grab the attention from the business, from the customers. Those are the one of the challenging in topic modeling as well. So it can help you with creating the content, the catchy headline for your blogs, for your advertisements. Yeah, another question is about the difference between applying IT and transformational digital. Applying IT and transformational digital, what are the difference between these two? Well, I would say these two terms are interconnected. When you apply the IT, you make some change into the application. Applying IT means that you use something that somebody is building, right? You apply into your own. Then at the same time, you make at the same time you already transform, you contribute back to the field of IT by applying the IT in different areas of the business, and then you contribute to the algorithm to improve, to make change that would be suitable in your area. I would say both terms, applying IT and transformational digital, these two terms are interconnected. You apply first, and then by applying, you might need to customize, you might need to make change into certain process in the IT so that you transform the digital. What are some of the most innovative examples of Industrial 4.0 in action, and how are they changing the way we live and work? Well, there are a lot of innovation, especially the most recent one is the use of GPT models, right? So GPT model has been recently, this year or at the end of last year, that the OpenAI come up with the interface for us to chat with the robots, right? So that one is one of the example of the technology, and the industrial is already used the ChatGPT to help with the customer experience as well. In Thailand, the many organizations are now invest in trying to build the ChatGPT in Thai version, because Thai people talk in Thai language and the GPT is in English, so they try to come up with the GPT model for Thai language as well to help with the chatbots. And also, I think besides the ChatGPT, also the use of reality, the virtual reality as well. So they come up with our recent talk with the industry last years. They use the augmented reality to come up with a model of the virtual object, but that virtual object is responsive to the way we talk. This one is also interesting. Currently, they apply the virtual model for the advertisement purpose, but I'm not sure about the recent development though. But during that time, the virtual model has been applied for marketing purpose and to help the user feel more excited to interact with the system. How AI can reshape the society? Is the society 5.0 is the future? Well, the society is going to change as it has been changed from the previous few decades, right? So AI has been it's not the new things now, right? AI has been developed since 19 something, but then during that time, the computation is not powerful enough. So it can only produce some certain actions. But now with the research, with the high performance computing, AI can work faster, can interact in much more real time. And of course, it's going to change how we work, how we live, and how the marketing business are going to work as well. But I don't have a absolute answer to this question, how AI is going to reshape the society. But I am sure that it's going to change the society. It's going to change the way we live now. For example, previously in past 10 years, we don't even use the past 20 years, we don't use the social media. When we go to shopping, we just go to the mall, buy the stuff. But now it's already changed, right? First, we ask the chatbot first which product is currently in the trend. We see the review, we seek the information in the internet. We already make use of AI. It's already changed the way we live. We no longer go to buy food at the store. We order Lineman or Grab Food to help us deliver you the food for us, right? So it's already changed, and it's going to change in the future as well. But how it's going to change? Well, it's interesting answer. Maybe you can share your idea how we are going to change in the future as well. Dr. Nurun, you have any idea how IT is going to change our society in the future? And also even in the way we live in our house these days, right? When we go back to I see. When we go back to our home, some of the some of the people, they already have something like Alexa in the house. So the minute they enter the house, the waiter is already cool for them. The aircon has already opened. The light can just turn on. All those stuff, right? So in the future, maybe everyone will have access to that kind of technology. Who knows, right? Yes. The use of ChatGPT in academic and the ethic issue. Actually, this has been discussed as well in the academic work. Many students, when we ask them to write an essay, they just ChatGPT write me essay for 500 words about this topic. Even me today, I asked ChatGPT write me a script for this presentation. Yeah, it's been used in academic and it's going to be used. We as a teacher need to adapt. And then recent work in learning analytic field, they're focusing on how we are going to find a way to automate the assessment if the student using ChatGPT or not. Actually, when you ask ChatGPT to write the essay about something, it's actually come up with the same patterns for the time being. The pattern is quite similar. They have introduction, they have the body of the content, and they have the summary. And in summary, you can see it's quite clear that this is from ChatGPT because it's always used the same style of writing. If you say overall or else in conclusion, the same words every time you ask. Yeah, actually, ChatGPT is powerful. It can help us, but at the end of the day, for the research and for the academic work, you are the one who needs to make a judgment, make a critical decision which is very important skill. Make a critical decision whether that piece of information is correct or not, is true, is accurate or not. And also you need to, when you ask ChatGPT to write something for you, usually for me myself, what I need is I need to review and rewrite the whole things because it's not my style of writing, right? But then again, some people, they don't pay attention to this. And I would say one of the challenge, I mean, one of the future research that that would come along is how can we detect whether this is human writing or ChatGPT writing. Yeah, it's very challenging. What we call topics. I agree with you. The integrity and ethics about using ChatGPT in academic work is very main issue. Is big issues. Yeah. Yeah, but drawback of ChatGPT is that it does not it's rarely provide with the reference, right? It's not usually provide the reference of the information. It just simply come up with the essays, the answer, but no reference. But there are applications to give with a complete list of reference. That's interesting. Actually, besides using ChatGPT, another application that will be useful is QBots, if you have ever heard of it. QBot is the application that rephrase. So some people will apply ChatGPT in academic work and then put that into the QBot. So ask the QBot to rephrasing the words to make it more complex. Yeah. At the end of the day, I think ChatGPT is going to be used. So we ourselves need to make sure that we use ChatGPT with integrity, with ethic concern. And I would say that in the future, the academic field as well, they will need to adapt to this change and come up with some of the regulation if they allow us to use ChatGPT in academic work, and yeah, some of the policy to make sure that ChatGPT is used, but then again, it used with integrity, it's used with ethical concern. It's also the yourself is also contribute to just a piece of work. The piece of work is very challenging actually for the research. I'm not sure whether we are ready for that or not. Yes, I saw the paper also, Dr. Nurun. One paper highlight ChatGPT as the co-author. I saw that paper as well. And then I would say many publisher now for academic works, many publisher highlight the regulation of applying ChatGPT as the second author. Many publisher do not accept ChatGPT as the second author. Yeah, do not accept. So there are the community that recently keep watching about the quality of the paper published online. For example, Retech Watch, they keep list of the paper that were retracted based on several reasons, ethical concerns from the publisher, and they are the community that will keep cross-referencing for the accuracy of the published work as well. And they raise the concern and write email back to the publisher to evaluate that paper again, whether they need to retract from the publishing or not. Yeah, that are the current process of make sure that the research work published is ethical and then accurate, because the research work will affect several areas, especially if that research is about medicine, right? If you write the inaccurate paper about medicine, it will affect people's life. So there are community keep watching about that. And it's open for all researchers actually to raise the concern about that. So any more ideas anyone want to share?
Anyone? Any question? Or maybe sharing?
Yeah, I think that is one of the concern that some people are worry about the job loss, maybe because of the some positions, some work will be replaced by AI. It's actually happened in the past, right? For example, the typewriter. The typewriter was a demand job in early 18th, 19th century, early 19th century. The typewriter is one of the demand job, but that job is lost now because everybody can type. And then it was replaced by computer as well. Well, I say some job might be replaced. In my opinion, I would say yes, some job might be replaced by the use of machine. Some job might be replaced by the use of computer, by artificial intelligence. But at the end of the day, some opportunity, some works might be created. Right? For example, previously the occupation such as the the what we call the blocker is not for example, previously the work as a content creator, this type of work is not very high demand in the previous 20 years, right? The social media marketer, this type of work is not quite high demand because previously advertisements were done by using the mass media, not much focusing on the social media. But now another type of job with a similar pattern like content creator for the blogs, the YouTuber, the influencer, those type of occupation, those type of job were raised together with the technology. When people adapt to the technology, we usually tend to change our working, right? Our daily life, our routine, the way we work, those adapt to the change of technology. Of course, some job will be lost, some work might no longer needed, but at the end of the day, it also offer with new opportunity, new kind of job will be available for us as well. So yeah, is the transformation that something will soon obsolete, but something again will rise together. Yeah. like you mentioned, AI will train you to be more like entrepreneur. I will offer a chance for you to be your own boss. Yes, I would agree, because now many people, even with a very small funding, they can already sell the product worldwide. We don't need to be, we don't need to have a large amount of fund to start the business nowadays. No, we just need some small. We don't need the office to start to be entrepreneur. We can start in right in front of our computer. Yeah. So what is your opinion about digital content creator who create useless content that's supposed no need to be shared, and it spoil the community, especially the kids? Yes, that is one of the main the concern about using the technology as well, because some certain students, certain age of the user, they can make a judgment whether that one is uh, useful, that one is good, that one is bad. But the kids sometimes they cannot make a judgment about the good and the bad just yet, right? Yeah, this is very hard question, and it's very concerned question as well. I don't have the clear uh, answer to this, but agree with you that digital content creator is one of the important job, and one of the job that need to be trained to make sure that they are equipped with ethical and integrity when they do the content creation. For example, in the faculty of communication science, in the communication art, they're focusing also on producing the content. So here we have a class that focusing on the integrity and the professional ethics of creating the contents as well. This need to be trained. This need to be built for each content creator to make sure that when they create the content, they concern about integrity, about the ethics of just contents, because sometimes the content is not really suitable for all age of user, but then it's go viral, so it reach the kids, right? And maybe the opportunity for another type of application to monitor the kids, to filter the content for the kids. Maybe if anyone want to be the entrepreneur or the developer, that kind of application will also be needed in the future.
Doctor, I want to add some more.
Sure.
I think all the government, any countries, should be alert on the kids generation, because all the parents nowadays will give the gadget to behave the kids. So I think next 20 years maybe this generation will create one environment, or maybe one world, that maybe it it become technology and digitalized, but what we worried is maybe unhealthy environment. So hopefully more researcher and government will be alert and do some enforcement, or maybe some rules that can help we protect and prevent this coming situation. Thank you.
Agree with you completely. Actually, even though there are some research about how the effect of the kids using the technology such as mobile, how long they focusing on the screen, and the association between the kids spend time in front of technology, computer and mobile, and their growth development. Actually, I think some report that the kids will tend to have what we call attention problem. Some of the kids will be like cannot pay a long attention to the things because of the fast changing of the application that they look to. For example, if you can see now, the content in YouTube, the content even in Facebook or Instagram tend to be very short, right? It's tend to be less than 3 minutes because people will no longer have a long focus. The content, in order to reach the people, to reach the maximum customer, they need to be short so that customer can view the whole thing. So kids nowadays, we just go and watch it for 1 or 2 minutes and swap, change to another thing. So they cannot have a long focus now. There are some study about that too. And that even us as well, when we have a look into the content nowadays, we tend to just easily swap, easily change. We cannot, it's affect the focus of us as well. So that are one of the area that need attention in the future as well too. If you can study how to enhance the attentions and whether there is an effect of the type of media that we see, such as the short clip on TikToks, on Instagram, on Facebook, whether it's affect our cognitive load, our attentions, our behavior in other manners. Yeah. And this type of content is actually affect our daily life as well.
Panah. Nampak baju aku panah lagi.
So rising together with technology also a concern about our social capacity, our memory, our working memories, and yeah, these are the area that would be one of the interesting research area in the near future as well. Anyone else want to share some ideas or some concern? It's not really a talk, actually. I would say this is a sharing session.
Anyone? Maybe last question?
Yeah, maybe that's it, I think.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank
You for your an interesting talk and sharing session. Okay, and now we reach at the end of our seminar. Thank you everyone for your commitment and participation. We have 258 participants online. Okay, we really appreciate it. Before we end this seminar, please on your camera for photography session.
And thank you everyone as well for your attention. I hope this talk will be benefits to you.
Yeah, very beneficial, Doctor.
Thank you.
Okay. We wait for 10 seconds for everyone to get ready. Yeah, we have Dr. Zalina Wati Abdullah, our head of PPS. Hello, Doctor.
Hello, Doctor.
Oh, congratulations, your program. I can see that so many participants involved with this program. Congrats and good luck to all of you, and thank you also to our what we call our speaker, a very good sharing session, and I also learned a lot related with this what we call the latest something related with the artificial intelligence. Is very good lah. It's something new to me also. And thank you so much. Congratulations to all the organizer, Dr. Nurul, all the others lecturer, and also the student lah. Thank you and good luck.
Thank you, Doctor. Okay. Diana will take our photo. Okay, Di. 1, 2, 3, smile. Yeah, Doctor. Anything? You raise up your hand? Okay, no.
Sebutan tetamu kehormat di
Wah, tetamu kehormat.
Sudah,
Ha.
one more. Sekali lagi sudah.
Okay, one more ya. Okay, 1, 2, 3, smile. Wah, comel-comel ha.
Baru buka.
Ha, mana anak dara semuanya anak teruna ni? Where's the girls? Okay, one more. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Zalinawati, for your love. Okay, before we end, last but not least, thank you very much to our guest speaker, Dr. Vanessa Matcha, once again, for your time and wonderful sharing for today. Hope we can collaborate in the future again. We end this session with Tasbih Kafarah and Surah Al-As. Amin. Until we meet again in the future. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, everyone. Bye-bye.
Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you, Dr. Vanessa.
Thank you. Sama-sama.
Madam.
Thank you semua.
Yeah.
Don't forget to fill up your attendance link, yeah? Thank you.